So
True, that is a good point.
we've got the real deal today. Downey playing with them again. Oz H coming back in. And it looks like Oz H sticking around, and it was Dominate before, so I guess Downey coming in and replacing that player. And Zita is back. I talked about Zita quite a bit yesterday. Him missing hurt them, and here he is, right back and into this pistol round. We will go.
Yep, PiTER as well. This is one of their stronger maps on main, although they weren't playing against the top tier teams. That being said, though, grenade lands in, does lots of chunk damage to Publiclir. Almost everybody getting hit by that one, and now pushing onto the site. They are meeting Spiker, who is landing the headshots. There's Dursky as well. Looking good so far for the CTs. They've stopped that bomb from being planted, which is currently on bench still. Needs to cross to the site to get this bomb down, but here comes Quicks from behind. And suddenly this has got a whole lot harder for PiTER. They are being flanked round, and Publiclir pick up the pistol round and get that bomb planted with just a couple seconds to spare.
Yeah, basically expect Quicks to be behind you at any given point. That's what he likes to do. We saw him even yesterday. He found some openings to get behind people and open up the rounds. But I think now being able to play around the people he's used to playing with, it's going to make it a lot easier and a lot more dangerous for PiTER to maybe have like a man off alone, because Quicks is probably going to be there ready to just gobble him up. We do have the force round here, and the jump scouting from Spiker. Everybody's favorite choice of weaponry, and not only jump scouting, but jump flick scouting. Can he get another tag in there? He'll be able to fall back and line a little bit longer. Oz finally brings him down.
Disgusting. Jump flick scouting shot through a wall in the head.
Oh, was it through the wall too?
Yeah, it was absolute filth. That does give the CTs, I mean, it gave them a glimmer of hope, but from there on in, it was smooth sailing for Publiclir. They could lose a couple more players with that bomb being planted. He's going to stop PiTER from really chasing in. They just want to save these. They got an MP7, they got a 5.7 with Kevlar. That's good enough to save, going through to round number 3. And they're not going to keep that 5.7, so it's just going to be the MP7 going through for Dursky. And, I mean, that first shot, man, that was disgusting.
Indeed it was, but still not enough to get them through this round. Dursky, the only one alive, holding on to, what has he got, $3,500 in value. Zita getting close to him, but the round going to end before they would be able to find him. So Publiclir getting out to a strong start here on that T side. 2 rounds in a row right now. Probably should be a third coming in, as PiTER not going to be putting anything into this round. Maybe Dursky, though, if he can work around some chaos that maybe the USPs and this 5.7 could create, can maybe find some frags, because it is still 3 MP7s, a P90. Only Oz has a rifle.
True. Just the rifle onto Oz, and Publiclir, they are being forced through here. That's a team kill from Downey onto Zita. He was very low after the aggression from Facecrack, but here comes Quicks, who connects the shot onto more of these Russians, and suddenly it's a 4-on-2. Although 3 players pretty low, so who knows, maybe this P250 and USP combo are going to do something crazy. Well, it doesn't seem likely. P250 in the hands of Spiker, he's been dropped, but here comes the first buy-up round for PiTER, or maybe not, because we're going to have a pause first with the player dropping.
Yeah, well, okay, right back in it. And we will see about, what, low 4Ks to mid 4Ks here for PiTER. As expected, that's about where your 4th round is going to be when you go for that force, which they did there in the 2nd round. And as a result, we'll have no kits, no ops, 4 A1Ss, waterfalls, needing more bullets, going for the A4. So they will need to hold on to those sites.
Lincoln, to the point.
What did he say?
I can't really repeat
it. Is that the mic itself, or is that the person using the mic?
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Maybe someone called Mike. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah, spelled that way. Although, Mike with like, Mike spelled like the name is like being mic'd. That's how you write it. That always throws me off.
Yeah. It's a bit weird. But then again, you know, in...
It's really random. English has no idea what it's on about.
It's true. Oh, it's bugged again, so who knows? Who knows when we're going to be live in this game?
Have you tried turning it on and off again? Is it plugged in?
These
is
are
it
all
a
good
microphone?
questions. it could be plugging a toaster into your PC. Just saying.
Or your PC could be a toaster.
Also
and you could plug toast into it, or bread, excuse me. And in that case, you would have toast, and it would be great.
Oh man,
and I'm done. Downey's got an op. It's like, I guess, see if he opens it up. If he could get an early pick for them, then could smash PiTER's hopes for the round. Because they really don't want to go down a man early without any kits.
He doesn't particularly have like a fantastic spawn for either side either. Like it's right slap bang in the middle of where you can spawn.
Yeah.
It looks, judging by his position where he's looking, that he could be pushing towards ramp to get an early pick, but I'm not sure.
Make what you lack in spawn, just who's on his other side. Just have them crouch and do a quick run boost, and then there you go.
Yeah. In Palace, though, he's not going ramp.
All right, so Alway, we can see him setting up that window smoke for middle, and a couple of players holding back. That's going to be Zita and Oz, awaiting a push, maybe some aggression. You will see a lot of team CTs like get the rifles and try to just set the pace of mid control right away, go for aggression. And, well, as I say that, we see FaceCrack actually getting aggressive towards A ramp, and he'll bring down Alway. So, first kill of the round going towards PiTER.
Just what they needed after losing the first few rounds quite comprehensively as well. Waterfall has connected with the second frag, so already great start from the Russians, and a third as well. Not too shabby at all. So Downey and Lincoln, aka Quicks, with a minute to play with. I guess one of the silver linings is they do have the bomb down. Well, I was going to say the bomb in a position they could pick it up, but they have been picked off. And Downey, the man with the AWP, who's been in Palace the entirety of this round, finally making a move. He's been spotted from CT spawn. And is now going to get aggressed on from the shadow and can't connect the shot. So PiTER take the fourth round, and they also take it convincingly without losing a single player.
That's going to be huge for the CT side economy. Dursky coming up there with the last kill. And Dursky, honestly, a big player on this team. He comes in, big shoes to fill because the Waylander has gone. Dursky coming in. He is statistically the second best player, at least on paper, just looking at the numbers, at least here with the CEVO stats that we have from him. So watch out for him to have a big game, and now Publiclir forcing into this round.
Yeah, the previous times we've casted these guys recently, Dursky has definitely been one of their standout players to me. So I think that's definitely fair. He's been able to get a lot of entry frags as well on the T side, so maybe something to watch out for. Publiclir with the Force, with upgraded pistols and the AK-47 pushing in. Not a great field utility to use. So they're going to throw that.
Downey.
Oh, Downey's up the top of the Molotov. He's going to find out suddenly when his HP is disintegrated what's happened. A good hold so far from the CTs, but now here comes the ruthless aggression, and Publiclir are getting frags. A 2-for-2 trade. They are very low on HP, and the bomb's been dropped on the side. Not fantastic, and I feel PiTER should get the round from this position.
Biker going to bring down Oz there from CT. Got a player in that firebox. That's Downey. They were able to get onto the site, but unfortunately, the bomb's right where they want it, but it's not armed. And they will go down to the CTs, keeping 3 alive here on this round. So good back-to-back rounds from PiTER. Publiclir, even having forced on that last one, still in a place where they can buy up here. Will be brought down to a Galil, and Oz here yet to buy. We'll go in for that AK. And actually, quite a few players not yet on the board with us. Alway and Downey both on 0 frags going into round 6. So they'll need to turn that around.
Yeah, Publiclir still have the 3-2 lead, and if they can start to chime in with some kills, there's every chance that Publiclir will start to move away. Nice shot from Waterfall, looking for a second as well. Go for the repeat, exit onto Downey, and a third as well into Alway. The guy just lights up in. He has been returned back on from Quicks, but that is going to be clear-cut frags. Can anyone get across to pick up that AWP for him? Yes, they can. Dursky gets it for Waterfall. Great round from PiTER once more.
Waterfall's a player that, when he's picked up that op, sometimes he's sent me away with me, like, scratching my head, like, what is this guy even doing? Like, he'll miss, and, like, finally connect with the shot, and it's, like, not convincing, but he does have, like, ridiculous moments, and that was certainly one of them, just getting out of mid and taking down 3 people, almost 4. I thought for a second he was just gonna, like, get out of my way, I'm going for the ace, but he was brought down.
Yeah, he is kind of that quintessential inconsistent AWPer. That's very frustrating to watch because he has moments of brilliance and then, as you say, moments of derp as well. And with Publiclir forcing it last round, they're forcing to an eco. Molotov connects. Zita is going to fall down. It should be a case of lining up, knocking him down here through apps. have been spotted. There's no kind of interference, sneaky play. Everyone coming through the apps. Everyone is going to be finding the same fate. And that is just bullets to faces. They do get a frag back in return from Lincoln's at P250. That's onto Waterfall. But again, that AWP will be picked up. And PiTER keep it going forward. Their economy is building up nicely as well. They got a lot of players on healthy amounts of money.
We got the Salt Shaker 000 back in the chat. He was here last night with the NA cast as well, so he's quite the fan, and he's reminding us, remember boys, it's CT-sided. We'll see. I sometimes feel like terrorists can get a lot done on this map if you're a good terrorist Mirage team. Publiclir, 3 rounds won't be enough. We know they will have to fight back in a rifle though, and it looks like with a set strat towards A this time, with Quicks coming in through the Palace. Looks like probably Molotov off Shadow. I would assume he's setting up for that.
Yeah, pop flash in from Thirsty as well, just in case that fast push did come in before the smokes got a chance to fully bloom.
Oh, that's cool. I love the way he set that Molotov up.
Yeah. Just pretty much ensuring that they can't push out of Palace too fast, but with these smokes down and with a lot of players, there's 3 players that destroyed on PiTER. The retake potential is very low as well. Typically, it's okay for the CTs to give up the site so they can retake, but with so few players on full HP, it may not matter. But that being said, they're getting the kills cleanly. It doesn't matter if you've got 100 or 1 HP. If you land those headshots, it's going to be kills regardless. And now, well, Publiclir have a 1v3 scenario with the bomb in hand. And surely, this is going to be 5-3. So a great comeback from PiTER. They went 3-0 behind, but since then it's been one-way traffic.
It really has. And I've learned. I've learned from Publiclir on this round, though. That was such a sick way to set up that Molotov or grenade into Shadow. How many times I'll miss that by like an inch, and it'll land on top, and I'm just like, oh my god. Because it's so key to the round on the T side, and even getting it down there, they weren't able to persevere into that site. I guess they have got onto it. Oz, that last man there, now just crossing, and easy shot for Waterfalls. He'll get his first frag there on 4 HP for the round. And it's now, what is that, 5-3 for PiTER. 5 in a row as well for them.
I suppose some good news, although it's bittersweet news that Publiclir do have high round loss bonus coming in, so they can get AKs on a Glil once more with grenades. 3 smokes, that is enough to play with on the T side. Again, looking for A, and this has been their set strat thus far. Going over with the fast smokes and pushes. Zitta catches Dursky completely with his pants down. And that smoke is going to isolate Facecrack. He can't afford to push through that. He will be fragged if he does do so. So this is a good start for Publiclir. But we saw them do a similar tactic last time. And PiTER with low HP still retook the site.
Yeah, so nice for Zitta to hit the openers. When Zitta is on, Publiclir wins games. But sometimes I've been told he's a player that went on tilt. Will not have a good performance whatsoever. But here it looks like they finally broke through to the other side. Or will the retake come into effect? Facecrack hitting the shot. 1 up in Palace. Quick will frag out, but is taken down. 2 surviving. Waterfalls with the kit. And that's more than enough time to get that defuse. So a close one. A glimmer of hope there for Publiclir on this T side, but PiTER too quick on the retake.
I understand that Publiclir may have been shell-shocked after trying to push mid and Waterfall just destroyed 3 players, but I feel like they need to utilize mid more. By just stacking it all the time, you're very one-dimensional, and it's easy for PiTER to understand what's coming at them. B's difficult to kind of force down because it's a bottleneck, and a few good placed grenades are pretty much going to wreck you, but they need to be pushing mid more for me, or using underpass, getting boosts in, getting the smokes down, keeping the CTs on their tiptoes. This is something different. I like this. Even as simple as like just the cat smoke and then utilize underpass to A just to hit A from another side would probably be enough to break the back of PiTER. But let's see, they do switch to a completely mid-control focused round. 2 towards underpass, 2 at the top of mid. And will they try to go for an A split? Because you do still have Downey lurking over there. And I like this, trying to use the boost, not the window, but catching out the cap player. Yeah, this is much better from Publiclir because they're keeping their options open. They don't have to force them to B. They can easily just rotate quickly back round towards the site itself on A. But the problem is that they are being evenly traded out, and they are definitely behind in terms of utility. Just 1 flashbang to Downey's name. 3 players all tagged up. They have to hope that Lincoln can get some frags here, and he's done just that. Gets round the back. This is going to put Facecrack in a horrible place. Molotov will land by his feet. But Lincoln's not checking it, and in doing so, Facecraft picks himself up a frag, just running away. But still, though, Publiclir have the 1v2 advantage. That being said, Molotov connects, the shot opens up to the 5-7 against the 1v2 clutch. And PiTER win their 7th round. What a strange, scrappy round that was. And Publiclir are going to be bitterly disappointed they didn't convert.
Put that into the case of when Molotovs get you killed. Throwing that Molotov into shadow, everyone's like, oh, gotta be clear. And Facecrack is able to step up from that point, and then Waterfall's just closing it out. And again, you know, really shouldn't have been able to do that, but steps up with that 5-7 and closes it out. So, again, 2 close rounds for Publiclir, but they fall short. It's maybe being a bit tough on PiTER's economy, though. You'll see that only 2 players alive in round 9, only 1 surviving in the last round 10, so money is still tight, except for Waterfalls. This man's been on point. He's got 14 grand in the bank. And here they go, some more frags, shutting down this early aggression from Publiclir.
Another strong round from PiTER. I do wonder, you know, we were talking before about going on tilt. Maybe Publiclir are starting to feel it now. Because after such a strong start, it's what, 8 rounds I think in a row now? Yeah, 8 rounds in a row to PiTER. They just locked it down. Huge economy on their side. A lot of these rounds have been rounds that Publiclir should have won and they've just let slip. They have the joint top fragger on the server of Lincoln, but it's a 009 for Downey. And this is a guy who typically is towards the top.
He has surpassed James Bond. He is the best secret agent that has ever lived. Downey. Not quite how it works, unfortunately, for him. It's a rough game. Which is surprising, because Downey is usually a pretty solid player. He played with him in the Pro Placement Tournament last season. It got them into the Pro League. Obviously, they didn't have the best results, because they got, you know, they're fighting for their life. They're trying not to get relegated into main, and Downey playing with him at this point again. Let's go. Facecrack, though, finding a kill. Zitta to trade it out. 4-on-4 right now, but Facecrack from the porch, up, down. He is the ladder master. Finally, Oz will silence him. 3-on-3 now. PiTER still with an okay, or Publiclir, excuse me, with an okay chance on the round. Well, PiTER as well.
I think as we have seen them in similar positions before in the past, and PiTER have came back swinging. Downey going to get his first frag. There we go. Woo! He does pick it up onto JMQA. Waterfall. He's going to connect the shots. Is he going to expect the play to be left outside of firebox? No, he's not. And that was Lincoln, and that was a frag going to the hands of the Swedes. Now it's all on Spiker. He catches Lincoln off guard. 1-on-1. And Spiker has a smoke and 2 flashbangs. I feel he needs to use them here. He's going looking for the frag, but throw down that smoke and try and defuse. That Molotov is going to be extinguished instantly. And Downey now spraying through the smoke. He's going in for second. He's missing everything, and the defuse comes in. Oh, dearie me. Those are the kind of rounds as well that put people on tilt, like straight up.
Don't download the demo, Downey. Don't do it.
Please.
Man, I mean, obviously, it looks ridiculous because we've got X-Ray on, but you turn X-Ray off right there and you're just... I don't know. He actually did shoot on the left side every single time. He could have at least shot a bullet over to the right. Hard to say that's really a misplay because spraying into the smoke onto a diffuser does just come down to luck. So, we'll chalk it up to an unfortunate circumstance, but... PiTER, 9 rounds in a row now. Looking a bit rough. Still, they are on the CT side. Publiclir able to strike back here. Could maybe still salvage this half, turn it into a 9-6. But from what we've seen, seems like PiTER will be able to at least break double digits.
Just one of those days.
Spiker, but he gets ripped by Downey.
Yeah, maybe that's going to fuel his fire. You know, some players get angry when they're not performing, and they can channel that into performing better. So, nice frag from him. The bomb's been planted, but here come the retake frags once again. Downey and Oj both very low. Grenade's going to land next to his feet.
What?
Down to 5 HP. But still, the damage is being done. Surely, it's all on that man. He's got 1 player to find. It's 10 HP faces 5. And he's going to get the clutch as well. Very nicely done by Oj at the end. And Publiclir do finally get their 4th round on the board.
That grenade, though, was insane. It lit both of those players up over towards bench, but still not quite able to bring everybody down. Oz, such a good player, too, and Oz is like a crazy story. So back when Publiclir like lost their roster, he just like Quicks just asked 2 of his friends. It was Oz, H, and Dominate. He's like, hey, like come play, and they're solid. Oz has like never even played on a team before, and he's insane. His aim is ridiculous. It's basically just Swedish things. That's how it works.
It's in their blood. Programmed to be 6 CS players. And he is top of the scoreboard right now. Not top fragging for his team. That's Lincoln 12 and 11. But still, you know, all things considered, yes, Publiclir have lost a lot of rounds they should have won. Yes, they were on the receiving end of 9 consecutive rounds from PiTER. But if they get the next 2, 9-6 is workable on team side.
Who even cares?
Yeah, it means nothing. So, still right in this game.
The funny thing about CS, you're never quite out of it. But this also is going to reset their bonus, the fact that they have won a round after giving up 9. They're a man down, but we do know that 3 low players here. It might not matter. Waterfall's having a really sick game right now. Dursky supporting him as well. Able to get a kill from the top of the connector. Almost brought down from behind. That was hit up. Waterfalls, though, quite a game from him, honestly. The best, I think, offensive performance that I've seen from Waterfalls is right here, right now.
Same. Definitely. And performing, well, just fantastically. 17 and 8. The stats don't lie. The guy is on fire right now. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Publiclir have had a distinct lack of presence in mid. They're just fearing him, straight up. They don't want to try and challenge him. And that is a viable tactic as well, by the way. If someone's on fire with an AWP, almost avoiding them is in itself a solid strat. It does, however, make you very one-dimensional onto other sides, which is what we've seen from Publiclir, and that's going to be the B push.
Now, this is a nade that maybe has gone a bit too far. I think it hurt Oz pretty bad. JMQA, though, playing back on the catwalk, too. Almost a third frag there, but Quicks brings it down with the Tech 9. So they've gotten into the side, but are they in a position to get that bomb down? Spiker is in on the front lines. Going to get one more. OzH will flank him wide and bring it down. Spot Waterfalls as well. 2 players coming in from the market, the other actually from the apartments. That's FaceCrack. And FaceCrack's just in such a good spot in this 2-on-2. Look, yeah, I would say, look at both these terrorist players. They're so focused on market. FaceCrack now right in behind them. And there's no chance there for OzH. 11-4. Nearly salvaged from Publiclir. Tons of close rounds. But at the end of the day, it's PiTER with 11 rounds.
I was just double-checking there how many rounds went down to the last couple of players. So there were... One, two, three rounds that went down to 1v1, 2v2s.
Maybe not all of them.
Publiclir lost. A lot of them were sort of 3 men left as well, with post-plant scenarios. But another day, Publiclir could easily have 6 or 7 rounds on their T-half, I should say, going through to CT. For example, that Downey play was kind of unfortunate in a sense, but also he'll be highly, highly angry at himself, I'd imagine.
Well, he kind of made up for it on the next round, getting a really solid entry onto the B site, but yeah, that was rough. A couple rounds for him, and the fact that, maybe not any round in particular, but the fact that he was like 0-9 on, wasn't 0-9 actually on the 9th round, or I guess 10th round? I'm not sure, but that was a very slow start for him. See if they can turn it around, get to that CT side. Salvageable, honestly, because they got the first 3 of the first half. If they get the pistol and close out the first 3 here in the second half, that should give them an okay chance. Let's see what Aw can do. He'll throw in that nade. That one goes a bit far. JMQA brings him down. And Waterfalls.
Almost exactly what we saw in the first pistol round as well. The B rush, a very close round. Waterfalls, oh down, he can't get the kill. Finally gets it. Given his position away, of course, because he was spotted, and also down to 37. He's now the last remaining player. 3 angry Russians are going to have their sights trained towards short. The chances of Downey clutching this are slim to none, and there we go. JMQA puts him down, and PiTER get the pistol round, which is around the Publiclir desperately needed.
3 angry Russians. That sounds like matchmaking in Europe.
Oh, man. The horror's real. That's one thing you get away with from being in America.
Yeah, not in Dota, though. You still get Russians in Dota. Doesn't matter what server you're on. Gotta play on South African servers today. Oh, still. Anyways. Round 17. PiTER is looking to hold out against this eco. Once again, going fast B. Downey not jump scouting B. That's what we saw from PiTER on their side. This time it's going to be quick, holding in there with the Deagle. Only able to get 1, though, so 4-on-4. And now CT swarming into that market. Alway going to bring down JMQA. Downey. Oh my gosh, that A I thought was going to obliterate him. FaceCrack now coming in with that Mac 10. Does find 1 kill, reloads, and will go right back in. And I don't think the scout's going to hold up very well. close quarters against the MAC-10. Seems rough, and Dursky with a nice shot as Oz crosses the window.
Yeah, face crack, a bit reckless play, but honestly there was method to that madness. It was all about scouting. It was all about forcing the CTs back, knowing the scout was in kitchen. The chance of the scout upping the MAC-10 from that range is pretty low unless you get some kind of crazy flick shot. So, and also on top of that, it's cool. If I die with a MAC-10, no problems. We can just get AKs next round anyway, and that's what they've done. So it's just looking like PiTER are going to take this home.
Yep, similar to what we just saw in that flip side matchup. Look how many rounds there are for one team. Just one round poking out there for Publiclir. PiTER once again, this time swarming their way into that A site. Is there a player? No, okay, that was a terrorist from Palace. I wasn't sure if there was one on porch, but that silence weapons, even as an observer, they can throw you off. And PiTER storm out into the site, and they take it away from the CTs, who really had nothing to even take.
So, as we've seen so many times tonight, CTs up against the 14-round T side with very few lifelines remaining, and that's where Publiclir currently reside. No defused kids, very few grenades. Standard setup 2-1-2 formation. And PiTER are just spreading out thin here. 2 players towards A, 1 Palace, 1 ramp, couple towards mid, and then you've got JMQA just lurking around B apps. 2 players pushing through B apps from the CTs. This is giving them information, but they have lost the first player, and JMQA has picked off one of those pushes. That's Lincoln, who's a key member of the side of Publiclir. In fact, both of their top fraggers have been neutralized, and this is not looking good at all for the Swedes.
I thought Waterfalls was very close to finding a pick at A. Maybe he is up on Tetris. Trying to hit that flick shot. Gets a second chance. Misses that one as well. Neither of them were very easy shots. So he goes down into a 3-on-3 it goes. JMQA already lit up. 9 HP. They are going a reversal into B. And oh my gosh. Always coming up the stairs right here. And he sees one. Hits him. There's no retreating from this position. He's lucky that that one player is just so incredibly low. Face Crack is actually the one that kills him. So now Face Crack forcing himself into a 1v2. And is he trying to knife?
Yeah. How many team kills have we seen today, man? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah. The grenade one on Cash from Kaboom was my favorite.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
Underhands a grenade like under his teammate in the smoke. But
Publiclir, credit to them, they do hold on and they keep enough weapons to have a decent buy up this round. PiTER, they could have potentially forced up, but I like this. Not rushing it. Realize that they've got a lot of time to play with. What's the point rushing towards that finish line? Let's make sure that we do get AKs, that we do get a potential ult as well in play, and look to push on to the A site. And of course, this is in itself very potent and a dangerous round for Publiclir to try and fend off, because Tech 9s are just doing work. 2 frags in. I think PiTER would have taken that at the start of it. 2 kills in exchange for an eco's worth, and now they can buy up some weapons. They didn't smoke CT, sorry? Or...
Yeah, the terrorists, they didn't smoke CT. Like, they had a slightly tighter wall. I think it was like stairs, jungle, and like one across towards the site. And that was it. They didn't smoke CT. They were maybe trying to rush in and take the fights with the Tech 9s on that angle. But I think you just smoke CT, you probably get the bomb down there. And in my mind, that's like all that strat is really designed for, when you just have the Tech 9s. Just try to get that plant down, have a big round coming up next. But here we go, PiTER. Onto the rifles, but limited in their nades. Just 2 smokes. One of them, I guess, was already used on the end of the catwalk here, just to get mid-control. And Zita, out of the ladder room, will bring down Waterfalls.
Yeah, nice opening pick, and that is one of the key players down. Although he doesn't have the same kind of prowess, I feel, from Window and AWP as Waterfall. And that happens to a lot of AWPers, I have to say, on Mirage. But regardless, Publiclir in a great position to fend off this 21st round. And he's caught in such an awkward position because he doesn't want to stay back there on the flames, obviously, but pushing through is almost certain death. And he's now, strangely enough, able to survive long enough for his teammates to do damage elsewhere and keep the CTs guessing. Now 2 players on B have to rotate to try and fill in mid. And in doing so, that leaves B very vulnerable, but you can see that PiTER now moving through the T spawn towards the A site themselves.
Yeah, they might be able to throw the fake here. It is a 4-on-4 situation, so the CTs might be pretty quick to rotate. The Oz under the porch. I think this at this point in the round with the time getting low and they had no nades to start with. They don't have anything to get Oz out of shadow. So he's going to be able to pop flash. He'll bring down Dursky. And the rotation is now coming back to the B side. So they did kind of pull one player off a little bit. That was Downey. Downey, though, will get them both. The bomb does go down, though.
Probably should have taken it out before that bomb got planted.
Yeah, it was quite close.
Kind of unfortunate, but they are going to get the defuse anyway. And FaceCrack will keep that AK. So Public are making a go of this. They are making a game of this. But again, there's so many rounds that they have to make up here that just one mistake is pretty much going to be the difference between winning and losing, honestly. And PiTER have so much time to play with. Again, Tech-9's AK in the play. They can just look to set up onto a site and try and execute. And it appears it could be another A push.
They have one smoke on FaceCrack. I'm thinking... Okay, he'll just throw it out and, you know, bounce it so they can get on top of Tetris without being spotted. And there it is. FaceCrack will find the opener with the use of that smoke. Downey, though, is what they're going to have to watch out for. Look at him pushing in through Palace, about to get behind those terrorists.
And just biding their time with that first pickoff, though. It gives the terrorists a lot more freedom to try and express themselves across the map here. And Publiclir, they're a team that does rotate pretty fast as well, so this could prove to be their downfall. Downey's been spotted, but somehow doesn't get killed outright by Dursky. They do get the trade. And now JMQA is really being a pain in the backside for Zita. And the damage is being done elsewhere on the map. The bomb will be planted on A, unless Lincoln has something to say about this. Does get the frag just before that bomb gets planted. But they know exactly where he is. He's the final player, and they've got a lot of time to play with. So PiTER are going to try and encircle him round from CT spawn as well.
Whoa! Wix! This man's a total package. I gotta tell you. Might not look like it if you're just watching this game today, but Quicks, he's one with the lurks, he's one with the rifle, he's a ridiculous offer, he can entry frag, he can literally do everything for this team. And that was quite an off shot. Unfortunately, the first round that Publiclir will lose, well, at least since getting to the rifles is what I mean. Like, they had a good streak going. The first one they lose to get him off the streak is just a force buy with one AK. And it comes down to FaceCrack doing what he does, man, cracking those faces, getting those entries. And now match point. Quite a few match points if we need to use them for PiTER.
Yeah, and just pretty much weapons for Publiclir as well with some Kevlars thrown in. So if there's a fast push from PiTER, it's pretty much lights out. FaceCrack going through the smoke. Fears no man, but he has been put down from Boars. And there's Downey as well, so good hold on the A side. Bombs dropped over towards the B side though, around mid. So nothing to panic about just yet from the Russians' perspective. Nice crossfire down from the CTs, making sure that connector player was secured and kept alive. Nade's not going to finish off. He does just about manage to dart away. 2v4, Downey and Lincoln both low. But again, Publiclir should be salvaging this round.
And should be able to find a frag. Yeah, we'll get it through the wall. Player was low enough. He's low as well now. 37 HP for him. We'll try to smoke. Does he have the bomb? No, he does not. Bomb is down way back. Maybe he's trying to, like, fake them out that he does. I don't know if the CTs knew that the bomb was down there. Doesn't really matter, though. Publiclir win another one. And, well, not actually super disruptive. 3 players at $5,300. Quecker goes in for the Gliel. Dursky will take Tech-9 and nades. So, quality round, actually, for PiTER.
Yeah, Publiclir just on a tightrope right now. Trying to balance themselves as much as possible. And just, as I said before, one mistake and that's it. It's done. That's the issue that you face when you go 11-4 after the first half on Mirage. It's, I would say, slightly CT-sided, but definitely not 11-4 sided, that's for sure. And Publiclir now is going to be pushing through, trying to stop these smokes. The smoke blew just a tiny bit too late, and that allowed Downey to get the spray into effect. JMQA is going to return back and FaceCrack as well. Suddenly, just 2 players remain for Publiclir. They're in decent positions to hold off this push. For now, the bomb still hasn't been planted, and this Molotov is going to stop them from planting for a few more seconds. But a minute to play with. I mean, PiTER could even rotate back towards B if they wanted to. That's that much time on the board for them.
Yeah, stormed their way out onto that A side very, very early on behind JMQA's double kill. Well, they find a player. Looks like they expect. Maybe he was just spamming the boards there. FaceCrack trying to clear out the connector. Alway, though, is on the other side of it. Oh, that grenade going to go off, getting some down to half HP, but he brought FaceCrack down to 12. So 2v3, now 2v2 retake situation. to stay in this game if you're Publiclir, and they'll hit the shots. Zeta getting all 3 of them.
Surprising from PiTER there. Like, peeking the same position 3 times. I can understand the final player there in the 1v2, realizing that maybe Zeta would be transitioning towards the site while reloading and can get him and then it's a 1v1, but the first 2 players in that 3v2 peeking jungle, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, they were playing way too aggressive. They weren't playing to close out a game, so maybe add some restraint, I think, when you get to this point in a match, PiTER. Because that should have been easy to close out.
That seemed to me like impatience.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's finish this game right now. And the issue is that when you do that, now you're back on Nico, and there's another couple rounds that you have to fend off. So this Publiclir, I'm beginning to believe. I'm not saying the comeback is real just yet, but it's definitely looking like it could be a potential possibility.
It's cracked, trying to get that jumping Tech 9 in. They got kind of pinched in there from above, both on catwalk and window, and Zeta will drop, I think, without FaZe Crack maybe realizing it. Oh, the smoke dissipates. That actually favors JMQA. He sits that terrorist down, or counter-terrorist, rather. And a 4-on-2 now for Publiclir. This will get them into the double digits with 10 rounds, or will it? You never know. JMQA has picked himself up a gun now, and he does have Kevlar. Bomb, though, belonging to the CTs.
Yep, Spiker has also just found himself on the receiving end of a battering. Publiclir do pick up their 10th round, and they've got enough economy to drop as well, so they could even potentially go for another AWP. Oh, they already had one. Okay, Lincoln already had himself one. So, either way, Publiclir do have a healthy buy-up now. So do PiTER, though, with their own AWP on Waterfall. Publiclir have to hold on once more, though. The CT side has looked pretty solid overall. They picked up 6 rounds.
Indeed. And let's see. Actually, all the pistol and early rounds belonging to the terrorists, but it did split between the 2 teams. Publiclir getting theirs in the first half. 3 of those 4 rounds, but still fighting back against a rifle round here, and it's 4-on-4 as Dursky and Quicks are down for the count on what could be the final round. Waterfalls with that off. We saw how crazy good he was with it on that CT side. So far, the terror side hasn't given us as much to ogle at, I guess. I'll put it that way. Nice pop flash by JMQA and crew moving in, but Zeta unaffected back at that truck position. He'll bring one down, Alway the other, so the B offensive getting shut down here. And a Molotov out as well. Waterfalls misses that shot. Ozage brings him down. Spiker now left in a 1v4. He does have the bomb, but could have yeah, that's going to be impossible.
Okay, now I'm a believer. I'm a believer, Publiclir. I think these guys can do it. It's going to be another Rico from PiTER unless they want to go for some kind of janky force buy, which would be a massive mistake in my opinion.
That's how they won round 22.
That's true. That is true. But are Publiclir going to be beaten by that twice? So they are playing the safe game here. But still, Publiclir, 15-11. This is very doable from them. You're expecting them to pick up this round if they can break the next assault rifle buy-up as well from PiTER. They're looking at 15-13, potentially 15-14. So this game is quickly going back into the Swedes' favor.
PiTER going for the Underground Railroad. Going to be greeted by Molotovs, though. It's become difficult. Quicks from window. Just pulls out that CZ to get his frags. And everything will be shut down. JMQA, though, oh, nice little tap there onto Zeta. Finds a frag. And now he's the last one alive. Bikers fall onto Oz. Not much to save. I mean, maybe just looking for some more kills. He'll be spotted, though. Oh, my gosh. JMQA, this guy's a monster with the CT-50.
There's something strangely satisfying about hearing that dink noise, especially twice in a row.
It's pretty nice.
Just destroyed him. So yeah, as I said, the economy is in such a strong position now with the round loss bonus from PiTER. The AK-47's coming in. They had the option of picking up an AWP on Waterfall, and judging from his first half performance, he'd say, yeah, definitely go for that. But he has been wrecked a couple times on the T side, and AK-47 full buy does suggest an A push here, or at least it suggests a fast site push with a set piece.
Yeah, so those 3 players geared up to set smokes, it looks like, at A ramp and 2 out palace.
So here we go. They're going to be rushing in through the smoke on the ramp. And Flashbang has been thrown in from Oz, but it's not good enough to stop this push. The Molotov lands on top of the Palace, and that's going to be cooking players as they rush through, but 2 entry frags make that a no. It's not a third. Lincoln gets the upper hand with the CZ, just cheekily runs through the smoke with his AWP. Gets the kill with the CZ, pulls himself back, relocates, and still the bomb has not been planted, but Lincoln has been taken down courtesy of Spiker. Here comes PiTER, quickly rotating all the way around the back, through the ramp, brings it back to a 2-on-2, it's now a 2-on-1, and somehow Publiclir is still in this round and still in this game, and they've got the final frag onto FaZe Crack through the box, 15-13, Publiclir, looking like a completely new team from that first half.
That was insane. I thought that was even going to be cleaner for Publiclir. They were on top of the counter smokes and Molotovs as the smokes went over. Again, that telegraphs everything. Get Molly to ramp, smoke into Palace, tough onto the top of the porch to deter those players. But it really came down to just some clutch shots. And of course, Zeta once again coming onto that sort of, even the bomb wasn't down in this case. The A retake, Zeta getting 3 kills that time as well. Did it previously to keep them in probably a harder situation, honestly. Oh, PiTER kind of running into a wall right now. They haven't figured out what's maybe going to work for them. And they do still have rifles, as they've lost, what, 6 in a row right now. So max bonus for them. FaZe Crack, though, through the crack of the smoke, connecting onto Oz 8.
Let's keep... I mean, look at Downey's position, man. I would hate to be in this.
Oh,
what can he do there? He's surrounded. He knows that FaZe Crack's pushing connector. He knows his chance at ramp or Palace, and he's just in no man's land. I felt so sorry for him. But his team are coming in and somewhat filling in the gaps. Zeta lands the frag onto Spiker. They're almost in identical position last time around as well. Man behind. I managed to retake that A site. 45 seconds to play with, but this time they don't have a flanker. The key play was Zeta getting round ramp and getting the frags. 4v2, the bomb's been planted. It's not looking good for Publiclir at all. Lincoln's been caught, but Alway gets the frag across from connector.
FaZe Crack a good spot to intercept Alway, though, so he's down. It's just Quicks. He gets one more, but JMQA closes it out. And PiTER, honestly, I feel like they had a couple rounds where they should have closed it out previously, especially that, what was it, 3v2, where they got very aggressive, a little unrestrained there. Lacking the presence of mind, I don't know, just trying to end it sooner than they needed to, but finally able to close it out. But from what looked like was about to be a blowout with Publiclir not making a stand for themselves at all, turned into actually a pretty exciting game going down to the wire there, almost into OT, and that final score of 16-13 with PiTER taking it. And actually, let's take a look at the group. Who else is in this one? Melty and Kingwin. Kingwin we didn't see play, but we saw, it was Melty versus PiTER yesterday, right?
Yeah. No, it was Melty versus Publiclir, yeah.
Right, yeah, and Melty actually dominated them, so...
It's like 16-6,
man, that's rough
I
for Publiclir. I think they're out of it.
Yeah, they've played 2, lost 2.
Maybe there's hope if they beat Kingwin and then Kingwin beats everybody else, but that seems unlikely.
I mean, I don't mean to be that guy, but if Publiclir got beat off Melty in that form, beating Kingwin that's a tough ask.
That is true. All right, guys. Well, that's
best of ones. Anything can happen, right?
Yes, very true. Still, would put Kingwin on top of probably. Do you think they're the best team in the whole qualifier? Probably are, right?
On their day, yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, SK is in here as well, so you got to watch out for them. Even EFrag, PiTER, Flipside, even though they did just lose. Hellraisers. Oh well. That's going to conclude the European coverage for the Season 8 Pro Placement Tournament. We've got North America coming up in just like 50 minutes. So, make sure to follow up here on the channel, mlg.tv/playcevo. You can follow us as well for when we are casting Europe. Up at the top, I'm Helium. We got at Heliumbrella. That's my Twitter. Hit me up with a follow. And Metas here at Metas TV. And of course, the LAN coming up, the Season 7 Pro League Finals. 8 teams at the MLG Arena in Columbus, Ohio, starting on the 24th at around 4 p.m. on Friday with that pregame show. It's going to be sick. So you should watch here on MLG. And Metas, any parting words?
It's a pleasure as always. Safe travels as well across the land, man. I think it's the last time we'll cast together before you go across there. So yes. Pleasure as always, and have a great time.
I will. And I will cast my ass off. So you guys are in for a good show, I think. But that's it for us. See you guys next time.